was not a desert, it was alive. Where today there are endless dunes stretching to the horizon, there were once rivers, lakes, forests, and grasslands filled with animals and human settlements. The air carried the smell of wet soil instead of dust. Crocodiles lived in lakes that no longer exist. Fishermen sailed across waters that have long since disappeared. And in the middle of this green world, people carved stories into stone. Stories that still remain hidden beneath the sand today. But here is the strange part. The Sahara Desert is not just empty land. Beneath those millions of square kilometers of sand lies something far more mysterious than anyone expected. Ancient rivers buried deep underground, lost cities swallowed by shifting dunes, massive reservoirs of fossil water, and geological structures so unusual that scientists are still debating how they formed. When you look at the Sahara on a map, it appears silent and lifeless. But beneath the surface, it hides a story that stretches back millions of years, a story that changes the way we understand both Earth's history and humanity's past. The Sahara is the largest hot desert on Earth, covering nearly 9 million square kilometers across North Africa. It stretches from the Atlantic Ocean to the Red Sea and across more than 10 countries, including Algeria, Libya, Egypt, Sudan, Chad, Niger, and Mali. If you tried to cross it from west to east, the journey would take days, even by airplanes from space. The desert looks like a vast golden ocean of sand. But that image is deceptive, because most of the Sahara is not actually sand at all. Only about 20% of the desert is covered by dunes. The rest is rock, gravel plains, and ancient dry lake beds. These landscapes are clues, evidence that something very different once existed here. If we could travel back in time about 10,000 years, the Sahara would look almost unrecognizable. This period is known as the African Humid Period. Monsoon rains moved farther north than they do today, turning the desert into a massive green landscape often called the Green Sahara. Satellite images today reveal the remains of giant river systems that once flowed across the region. One of them, sometimes called the Tamanrasset River, was once so large that it carried water all the way to the Atlantic Ocean. Today, it exists only as a faint trace visible from space, but the most fascinating discoveries began when modern scientists started scanning the desert with satellites and radar technology. These tools can see beneath the sand, revealing buried landscapes hidden for thousands of years. What they found shocked many researchers. Beneath the dunes were entire networks of ancient river channels, lakes, and valleys, like a ghost map of a forgotten world. One of